Hello and welcome to Chocolate Cover Games Monthly Melt of January 2023. I'm Tim.
I'm Doug.
And this is our off-topic segment for the month of January. And I've got to choose our off-topic. When I think of January in where we live, I think of the farm show.
Okay.
This is not about the farm show.
No.
For people who don't know, the farm show is basically our state fair.
Correct.
Because we like to get our fair out of the way the second week of the year, in the middle of winter, unlike every other state that does their fair in the middle of summer.
Well, that's because we have such a thriving
agricultural.
Well, fair industry.
Yeah.
In the state of Pennsylvania, we have so many county and local fairs throughout the summer.
Yeah.
And then for those that don't know, if you win, especially, well, there is some baking contests and some other contests that you win at your local fair that qualify you for the farm show.
Yeah.
But the farm show also has categories that you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
I've entered it the farm show before.
Yeah. But our fair takes place in the middle of January. We're in a cold building surrounded by animals, which is fine.
It's not cold.
Some spots are.
No, I wore...
I mean, there's enough people in
I wore a sweatshirt and I was fine this year. I walked 8 miles.
But when I think about the farm show, I think about Pennsylvania.
Okay. Are you quizzing me?
I am.
Oh, boy.
This is like the old TV,
Pennsylvania game.
The Pennsylvania
Yes.
game. I wish that still existed.
So do I.
It was one of my favorite.
Our cousin was on that game show.
She was. I think that was PBS.
Yes.
That did the Pennsylvania game show. But these... This is my version of the Pennsylvania game show.
Oh, boy.
All the answers have
I'm going to look terrible.
I think you'll do better than what you think. These are only 10 questions.
Okay.
That involve something about our state.
Okay.
These are all answers you probably know.
I was hoping they were all yes/no answers.
No? All right, so I already told you it's 10 questions.
Okay. How many questions is the thing? 10.
Yeah, how many do you think you'll get right? That's not one of the questions, but I'll have 10.
Knowing you've looked at very odd things, very abstract things. So, and I do know a lot about our state, though.
True. And you live with me, so I've probably told you these things at least once before, if you were listening to me.
Yeah, but still, you find the most obscure things. I'd love to say 10.
Remember, 60 would be passing in school.
And that's I was going for 6. I was gonna say 6 or 7.
Alright.
So I'm gonna go 6.
You're gonna go 6?
Yeah. That way, because I'm guessing you're not gonna be like, what's the state, animal?
Cross that one off. What was Hershey named after? No. Alright. Question number 1.
All right.
The world changed forever when Colonel Edward Drake did this in Titusville.
The first oil well.
Purposely dug for the first oil well.
Yes.
So there you go. You got one. Wish I had a little bell.
Woo.
I might add a bell sound just for you. Well, no, I mean like ding. Like,
yeah, I know.
So there you go.
I'm like literally worried about this.
But that was a fun fact. I didn't know that one.
Only like 5 people watch this.
But yeah, you can apparently visit it.
Yes.
It's still there.
Yes.
It's I don't know where Titusville is.
Towards Erie.
Okay, so that's probably why I've never been there.
Yeah. It's north of 80. It's between Interstate 80 and Erie.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, that's an area of the state that I have not been to that I'd like to go to.
All right. Question number 2.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to keep track here.
All right. Question dos.
Okay.
All in Spanish.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. I couldn't. Because I don't know. I guess Pennsylvania would still just be the word Pennsylvania in Spanish.
Yeah.
How many towns are in Pennsylvania?
How many towns?
Towns are in Pennsylvania.
1.
Correct. Extra credit if you can name the only
Bloomsburg.
Town. It is.
Yes! I knew that.
Bloomsburg is the only town in Pennsylvania. Everything else is a city, a borough, or a township.
Yes.
Yep.
Are you surprised I knew that?
It's the only one that qualifies as a town.
Yep.
So,
and it's called Bloomsburg.
Yeah.
It's not even Bloomstown.
Yeah.
Are you surprised I knew that?
I think you've heard that before.
I have.
A couple times.
Yep. I'm probably the person that told you that.
Maybe. Alright, so now you're 2 for 2. Question the third.
Okay.
The song Winter Wonderland was written about this place in Pennsylvania.
Do I get a hint? Is it a city, town?
It's a place in the town. You can either give me the town that the place is at or the place itself. I'll accept both.
Well, now it makes me rethink where I was thinking. Winter Wonderland. So the walking around in a Winter Wonderland.
Yeah, that song.
So now I'm thinking 2 places. And they're at opposite sides of the state.
I could not tell you what side of the state this is on.
Okay, well then that
doesn't help you at all because I don't know many things around it. It's like I know Juniata's near us, but I couldn't tell you a single place. I was gonna say town, a single place in Juniata.
Okay, so that takes away the big store in Philly.
Okay.
Latrobe.
Okay.
That's my guess. Latrobe.
Oh, Latrobe?
Yeah.
Oh, no. The answer? Well, what was your other guess that you had in your
Philly. There's a huge store in Philly that has a massive organ. I think it was I don't remember the name of it.
Well, it's not named after... Well, the song's not about a store at all.
Well, I know.
The song is about Central Park in Honesdale.
Really?
Yep. The guy apparently lived in Honesdale or near Honesdale.
You have been there.
Have I?
Multiple times.
Doesn't ring a bell.
That's where our aunt lives.
Yeah.
Or lived.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, apparently that park was so fancy.
And I should have known that. And now you say that, yes, I did know that.
Yep. Apparently that park was so fancy it has a song that plays on the radio every year.
Yes. Yes. So that is Wayne County. Mm-hmm. That is on the border of us and Jersey.
Yeah.
You've been there.
Well, I still stand by my fact. I don't know where it's at, even though I've been there.
That's true.
Yeah. Being there doesn't mean nothing to me.
Well, that's true. Yes. Man.
So you're
2 for 3.
Number 4. The oldest continuous use golf course in the U.S. can be found here in Pennsylvania. Name the course.
I'm only thinking one, but I don't think it's right.
I would hope you only be thinking one. It is the oldest continuous.
Yeah, but it's on. It's. Oh, the one I'm thinking of isn't. I don't think it's right. The one I'm thinking of is down towards Philly. It uses baskets instead of flags. I don't know the name of it. So I'm going to say the other one, which is probably wrong. Oakmont.
No. Now this place does go by blank country club.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't say, like it doesn't.
Oh, as soon as you tell me, I'm going to know because I just watched something, I believe, on this.
So you're sticking with...
Oakmont's the only thing I can think of, but yeah, go ahead.
It is Foxburg Country
yes.
Club in Clarion County.
Yes, I watched something on this like 3 weeks ago.
All right.
And it's not the club I was thinking of with the baskets.
Now, Clarion is south of us.
No, Clarion is...
Northwest of us?
Yes.
Hey, look,
it's where Clarion University is. It's right on I-80.
Yeah.
Out past Dad.
Thank God you're not giving me the quiz.
Go northwest of Dad.
Question.
You were too Clarion. We went and looked at a college there.
Doesn't mean a thing to me.
That was the KFC with the actual Colonel Sanders statue.
Hey, you can tell me to drive to Dad's right now. I'll never find it. I'll get.
Do you remember the KFC with the Colonel Sanders statue?
Not really.
Well, you would have been like 6th grade.
You gotta remember, I suffered a lot of head damage. I've had a 4-wheeler run over my head. I used to hustle kids out of dollars at school by saying I can't be concussed by banging my head against walls. Made a lot of dollars that way. Well, a lot of brains.
So yeah, I'm two for 4. I should have went with 5.
Question 6. PA, or Pennsylvania, is the only original colony not to do what?
Not to do what?
I might be able to phrase it better, because I think that's going to throw you off. Pennsylvania is the only original colony not to have this in common with the other original colonies. Well, what are the original colonies?
Vermont, New Hampshire, New York, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. Who am I missing?
Well, you've added one by mistake.
Yeah.
And you skipped Delaware.
Oh, yeah, Delaware. Who did I add by mistake? Vermont?
Yeah, Vermont wasn't one of them. They didn't exist. Well, they did, but I think the French owned them.
Yeah, okay.
We had New Hampshire.
Yeah. Who else did I forget?
New Hampshire, New York, Pennsylvania, because I don't think you said us. New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Dakota.
North Dakota?
No, North Carolina, South Carolina.
Georgia.
Georgia. That's all of them.
So I just added one.
Yeah.
And I forgot Delaware.
Yep.
I added
Vermont.
And I forgot Delaware.
Yep.
Forgot the first state. And what did they all have in common that we
do not with them? This fact holds true today yet.
Holds true today?
Yep. We still don't have this in common with them.
I was going to say have a coastline, but New Hampshire doesn't have one. Georgia doesn't have one. Yeah, it does. I'm going to say have a coastline. No, because New Hampshire doesn't.
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
I'll accept it. It has a border, bordered by the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay.
We do not have the Atlantic Ocean bordering us at any point. New Hampshire has a little bit. Like if Vermont was one of the original ones.
Did you look this out? Was this an actual fact?
This is a fact.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, we do not border the Atlantic.
Huh.
All the other ones touch the Atlantic. New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, New York.
I gotta look this up.
Uh,
Does New Hampshire touch the Atlantic Ocean? 18 miles of shoreline.
Yeah.
I'll be darned.
It barely does, but it does.
Huh.
So you got another one right.
Whew. That one took some doing.
Alright. This one's an easy one. You'll get this one the second I read it. What does Pennsylvania have in common with the followings? Kentucky, Massachusetts, and Virginia. We are the only ones that...
Commonwealth.
We are Commonwealths. We are all...
I had to think of Kentucky there.
We are all...
Massachusetts is a Commonwealth?
Massachusetts and Kentucky and Virginia are all Commonwealths.
What states are Commonwealths? I'll be darned. Huh.
I looked up what the difference between Commonwealth and a state is.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot. Originally, Commonwealths were legally allowed to govern themselves and be governed... Like, all states now have their own government. But, like, we were, like, the first one because we were extra nerdy. We're like, no, we want more government, please.
Yep.
This next one, I don't think you have a chance in the world to get this one. Though you might, because you like to look up vents.
Okay.
Question 8. This war takes place every year in Butler County.
This war takes place every year in Butler?
Yep. I'll even give you a couple hints to this one. When it exists, it becomes like the 4th largest town there is.
This war. Like WAR.
Yeah. They set up their own post office during this war. It takes up 17 days every year.
For a second, I was thinking the world's longest yard sale.
Nope. This is a 17-day war that happens every year in Butler. They set up their own post office, their own government.
I've never been to Butler, but I've always wanted to go to the Big Butler Fair.
Yeah.
And you can't call it the Butler Fair. You have to call it the Big Butler Fair.
Nope. If we ever go to Butler, we're going to do this for 17 days.
So it isn't the Big Butler Fair?
Nope.
Okay.
No one says, let's go to the Big Butler Fair. It's a war.
They might. Maybe the Clarion County Fair does.
This event brings in the most money to the county every year. In fact, the year that it only missed 1 year due to the pandemic, and they had fundraisers to help out the county because they knew how big this event was to help the local area.
I was going to say the War of the Roses, but that's between Lancaster and York.
Nope, it's not that. Be very weird if it was. Another hint. It is not a historical war. It never happened.
Well, I take that.
Well, there's historical reenactments.
There's a big baseball tournament in Butler.
This is a war, though.
Well, that maybe they call it the war or something. It was a college baseball tournament. Blank War?
Blank War.
Car Wars?
Nope.
I don't know. I don't know.
The Pensic War. Pensic War.
I have no idea.
It is essentially... I don't want to call it LARP because they don't call it LARP, but it's LARPing.
Yeah, okay.
It's a 17-day people pretending to war.
Huh. In Butler.
In Butler.
I'll have to look that one up.
Apparently they average a little over 10,000.
Okay.
So they have 10,000 people camped out in Butler, warring.
Okay.
They set up their own government. They have a postal system. Everything.
Huh.
It's very impressive. I watched a couple videos about it.
Not doing well here.
So what? You need the last two?
Well, I've got 4 and I missed 3.
Yeah. So we're at question number 9.
Well, no, I've got 4 and I missed 3, so that's 7.
You must have skipped one on your thing there. Did you scratch off a no for this one?
Yeah.
Because we did the oil one.
Yep.
We did Bloomsburg.
Yep.
We did Central Park.
Yep.
We did the golf course.
Yep.
We did the ocean.
Yep.
We did the Commonwealth. And then we did the Pensic War.
Okay, so I did miss one. I missed marking one right.
Yeah. Number 9.
Okay.
And this will say a lot about you. More than the question.
Oh, no.
How many presidents have come from PA?
1.
Is that your final answer?
Buchanan. President of what? The U.S.?
Of the United States.
Buchanan. So born here.
Is he?
Yes.
Who's our current president?
Biden, yes, was born in the Scranton area.
Yep. Now, I will give it to you. I will say 1, because apparently Biden is not being recognized as a Pennsylvania president. He's being recognized as
Delaware.
Even though he lived here for 10 years of his life at the very beginning.
Yes, he was born in Scranton. But billed from Pennsylvania, it is Buchanan.
I have, under answer, I have 1, question mark, 2?
Yes.
I would accept it either. I was just seeing how you would have described the newest president currently.
Delaware, because that's where they mark him from.
Yeah.
Though, yes, he was born up in the Scranton area.
I would say, too, because I would say, oh, he was born in Pennsylvania. Just like people are like, oh, Taylor Swift is from Pennsylvania, even though she was only here for 16 years.
Yeah, I mean, well, most of her life she was from Pennsylvania.
Well, most of Joe Biden's life, what's he, like 20?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's weird. So the Buchanan, if you've never been to the Buchanan birthplace, it's just like a stack, a pyramid of like rock.
Yeah. That was the thing in the time.
So I've never been to the Buchanan to Wheatfield, the Buchanan homestead in Lancaster. Never been there. It's only like 30 miles away. I do need to go there.
I will still argue that he was our greatest president ever.
Because he did nothing? Or because he gambled away everything?
Well, both. But he learned not to rock the boat. He was the perfect president. He's like, I don't want to have war happen. I'll do nothing. And people are like, well, this guy's an idiot. He didn't want war. So he gets labeled as the worst. Followed by the next guy who screws it all up and creates war. And they're like, this guy's a genius. Look at him. He's having us have war. Very conflicting America.
Well, Buchanan gets labeled as our worst president because he didn't do anything. And it's specifically because he didn't do anything. Not just for not leading us down the path that he did, but just he didn't do anything in general.
Yeah.
I
listened to a fun biography about James Buchanan through Audible. He kind of got elected president out of spite from everybody.
Yeah.
Because no one wanted him. And like, this guy, no one wants him. It's like, well, I don't want him either. It's like, I guess we'll make him president. But it was the weirdest thing.
He really didn't want to be president to begin with.
No, he hated it.
But he did gamble away the
hey, you might
as well, China.
If you're gonna be stuck in a position you don't want, you might as well have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, he hated it. Americans hated it. Everybody that voted for him. It was like the weirdest thing that happened in American history.
Yeah.
James Buchanan.
Unfortunately, yes, that is something we are riddled with the right now.
I wouldn't say riddled with.
Well,
no one's like, man, Pennsylvania would be great, but they had James Buchanan.
Some people think that way.
We named a school after him.
Look where that school is.
Well, yeah.
It's by his birthplace, though.
Yeah.
And they're not even like the James Buchanan presidents or anything.
No.
They're the James Buchanan Rockets.
That's what you go with. But that's another one right for you.
Yeah.
All right.
So far...
Now this one you should get.
What did I say? I was going to get 6. So if I get this, I'll get 7.
Yep. Now this one you should get. If you don't get it, not only will I be disappointed in you, you'll be disappointed in you, and the 2 people watching this will also be disappointed in you.
All right.
And they will put in the comment, sir, we are disappointed in you.
All right. The heat's on.
Now you know what a cryptic is?
No.
Alright, well that's going to really make this tough for you to answer that.
No.
I'll explain what a cryptic is. Bigfoot. He's a cryptic.
Okay.
You know, the New Jersey Devil is a cryptic. You know, those things.
Yes. So things that are real. That people believe are imaginary.
Zoologists think could exist, but yet to prove. Is, I think, the technicalness of it.
All right. So the answer is all hope in me getting this right.
Yes. I think you will, because this is pretty big in our state. Like, this is something you learn in elementary school.
Okay.
In fact, this is where I know this fact from.
Oh, no.
This said cryptic lives in the forests of the northeastern part of the state of Pennsylvania. This is our cryptic. It, like, doesn't leave the state. You should know this one. This one's on you if you don't know it. Would you like me to give you some features of this cryptic? Would that help?
Wait.
Many Pennsylvania lumberjacks have told tales of this one.
Many Pennsylvania lumberjacks?
It is a creature said to have misfitting skins that is wrinkly and covered in warts.
What?
It is so self-aware of how ugly it is. It never stops crying out of how ugly it is. It refuses to look in water to see its reflection. It only travels by night. What other hints can I give you? If you were to corner it to see it, it will dissolve into tears because it feels so sad for you for having to gaze upon it. It destroys itself and then, like, reappears somewhere else.
At first, I was gonna say the Mothman.
Nope, that's.
But that's like West Virginia.
Yeah. This creature is ashamed of its looks and will destroy itself by crying to death, so you don't have to gaze upon it.
Oh, the shadow guy?
Not the shadow guy. It's not a human at all. I literally told you creature.
Yeah, but like the thing that's got like long looking hands and looks like a shadow.
No. Nope. They say at night the lumberjacks would hear it crying in the woods, and they would know it's around, and they would hunt for it because they could follow the.
Why do you think I should know this?
This is like a great Pennsylvania cryptid. When you were in school, didn't you have a whole segment of cryptids?
No,
we did growing up. That's how we learned about Bigfoot and the Mothman and the Devil and the...
It's not the New Jersey Devil?
Oh, the New Jersey Devil.
The Tasmanian Devil?
And like the Thunderbird out west and whatnot.
It's not the Jackalope.
Nope. It's very famous. There's t-shirts that says, like, I saw the blank, and it exploded into tears.
I don't know what you're talking...
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, it's a story you tell camper kids. It's like, because like nowadays you get
left-handed smoke shifters.
You know, if you tell it to kids nowadays, they'll get killed by a bobcat because they're going to be listening to something that sounds like a crying kid. But, you know, it's not that. It's this, kids. You know, don't gaze upon it. It'll feel shame and die from sadness.
I've never heard this in my life.
I am ashamed of you. Comments put shame. Big capital letters. You want to take a wild guess?
The Blair Witch.
That was New Jersey. Or not New Jersey. That was Maryland. And those kids deserve to die. And maybe this will help you.
The Philadelphia Phantom.
No, this might help you out because it cries so much it creates little rivers and whatnot in the northeast area of Pennsylvania. Think about that area. Now think how they talk. How would they say, you know, something's ugly and be like, point at something. Go like, hey mom, look over there, there's no, and then blank.
Are they like Cajun?
Well, maybe. I'm assuming the northeast Pennsylvania's Cajun country. Hey mom, look over there, there's no, don't go, no, blank. Run away. I'm gonna chase and make it cry to death. Yeah. I mean, if you're a mean child, you're gonna make this thing cry to death and you feel sad. But the plus side, you get to see something literally turn into tears and just become like a pond.
Oh, something like the Mount Carmel area. Coal?
Yep, there goes the coal.
Does it have to deal with coal?
No.
Like the Shamokin area? Whistler?
The northeast, the Hemlock
Something coal miner?
No, remember, lumberjacks.
Oh.
It doesn't go into caves. It travels.
When I think northeast Pennsylvania, I think coal mining. I don't think lumberjack.
Travels at night. It avoids its reflection. Constantly crying, thinking, I'm so ugly, God help me, why? But, you know, just crying because it can't speak. It'd be weird if it could speak.
The Ashland Strangler.
So close.
Frackville, the Frackville 4.
It's just the blank. It's not named after a town.
Okay. The Lumberjack.
I'll take that as your final guess.
Yes, I give up.
Alright. The answer that all Pennsylvanians know is the squonk.
What?
Squonk. Look over there, Mom. There goes a squonk. See, it just rolls off the tongue when. Hey kids, here comes the squonk. And the kids run out. I'm assuming you want the spelling of squonk. Yes. The squonk. S-Q-U-O-N-K. Squonk.
Okay. Squonk. Mythological creature that's born to live in the Hemlock Forest in northern Pennsylvania. I've never heard this.
I can't believe you've never heard of the squonk. It goes around, it cries, it goes, "Ooh, I'm ugly. Don't look at me. I love you people. I'm just going to live in the woods." And somebody comes across it. It's like, "Oh, I'm sorry you looking at me. I'm going to squonk away." And it just, dies of tears.
The earliest account of the squonk was from the 1910 book, Fearsome Creatures of the Lumberwoods.
Yep.
There's no records of tales being told in Pennsylvania before the book's publication. I've never heard of this.
Classic squonk behavior. It just shows we're a polite state. We don't go around bragging about our ugly beast because it doesn't want to be seen. Otherwise, people be coming here left and right to go see the squonk. And be dying of tears left and right.
Oh my goodness.
Classic squonks.
I'm going to have to do some looking up at this.
But you got 7 out of 10. I was a little disappointed in some that you got wrong.
Like which one? The squonk?
The squonk was the big one. The second one was, the 17-day war that takes place in our state every year. I mean, if there's a war taking place in your backyard every year, you should know about it.
Nope.
And I'll give you a pass on Winter Wonderland because that took place way back when.
So, yes, did you get all 10? If you got the squonk,
oh, everybody got the squonk.
Let me know.
It's as famous as Bigfoot.
Am I not now a true Pennsylvanian because I didn't know the squonk?
Yeah.
Let me know. And with that, do hit the thumbs up, like, share, subscribe if you want to see more squonk content.
Yeah. But with that, as always, stay sweet.